You know, there's one thing we never do get to know, and for that matter, neither do you, and that's this. What do our dogs think about it? Tonight, some of the gang brought their dogs to the broadcast, so we've hooked up our special dogomaphone, and we're going to listen to what our dogs think of it. As we pick them up, Allan Jones' dog is talking to Frank Morgan's dog.
Well, if it isn't my old pal, Fido Morgan.
Yes, of course. Well, wag my tail if it isn't the best police dog on our block. Flash Jones. Off yourself.
Well, how are things, Fido?
Well, you know how it goes. A bite here and a bite there.
It's not so good with me. Oh, I'm sure leading a dog's life. I get blamed for everything. You know that master of mine, Allan Jones, he sings half the night, and people in the neighborhood think it's me barking.
Oh, you poor dog. But at least you're not owned by that tightwad, Frank Morgan. He built me such a dinky little doghouse that I have to wag my tail up and down instead of sideways.
Yeah, you know, I think I'll run away and let the dog catcher get me and put me in the pound. Then they'll feel sorry.
Why, they couldn't treat you worse if you were a cat.
Speaking of cats, reminds me, I'm hungry.
I could go for a couple of nice dog biscuits myself.
Well, I got something better than that. I brought along a bone to nibble on till the program was over. Won't you join me?
Awesome. I'd be delighted. This is good. The leavings at the Morgan house aren't like this. After all, even a dog can't eat beer bottles.
Say, what do you think of that new dog food? Canned food. Canned dog food.
But that master of mine, Morgan, is so absent-minded, he forgets to take it out of the can. Oh.
Hey, here comes Bob Taylor's Great Dane. I hope he's not hungry. You know how those Great Danes eat.
My, doesn't he look doggy with that new collar and leash?
Woof, woof. Fellas, what's a good word?
Why, hello, Rover Taylor. Flash Jones and I were just remarking how good you look in that new collar and leash.
Oh, it's just a little something the boss gave me. Woo!
Yeah. Of course, you know Flash Jones here, don't you, Rover?
Oh, yes, we both have the same veterinary.
Well, now, for heaven's sake, please don't start talking about your operations.
Oh, I'm tired from walking all day. Do you fellas mind if I lie down and rest my dogs?
Well, we're just sharing a bone. Woof! Will you take potluck?
No, thanks. I'm on a diet, getting ready for the dog.
I wonder what the boys at the Kennel Club are doing.
Say, Rover, what do you hear? From the mob?
Well, my sister got a litter from home yesterday.
Say, how is your sister? I haven't seen her since she was a pup.
Oh, she's married, you know. Quite a family. Her husband's a traveling man. They don't get along very well, though. He's a holy terrier.
Oh. Hey, fellas, here comes Fanny Brice's dog.
Oh, that little cocker spaniel?
Yeah, we better hide this bone. That dog eats like a horse.
Yeah.
What do you guys eat there? Come on out with that bone. I saw you hide it.
You wouldn't like it anyway, Fanny. It's not kosher.
Who cares? I'm looking for a change of diet. Anyway, that Fanny Brice's brother owns a delicatessen, so all I get to eat is frankfurters. Believe me, I'm sick and tired of dog-eat-dog.
How's your brother, Fanny? I understand he's going around with a little French poodle.
You've never seen such a hairy dog. You have to stick him with a pin in her, twice to see which end barks.
Speaking of barking, why can't we bark out a little good old-fashioned dog hair trim shop harmony? Huh?
Well, that's okay. All together now, huh?
Good night, doggy. Good night. Good night, doggy. We're going to leave you now.
You may remember on one of our Good News broadcasts, Mrs. Frances Edwards, head of the commissary and coffee shop here, explained just why you need a special grind of coffee to fit your particular method of coffee making. Well, evidently, Mrs. Edwards made the point clear, for we've had a good many letters from women commenting on it. Most of them say something like this.
A while ago, I bought a glass coffee maker and began to use it. It wasn't long before I became pretty discouraged because, frankly, I just wasn't making a good cup of coffee. I couldn't understand what the trouble was until one night I heard Mrs. Edwards explaining why it is that to make good coffee by the drip method, you must use a special drip grind. It sounded like such common sense to me that I bought a pound of Maxwell House in the special drip grind, and our coffee's been just splendid ever since.
Well, I'm sure that checks with the experience of many thousands of women. And, of course, it does make sense, too, that to make a cup of drip coffee that's always the same in flavor and strength, you need a special drip grind. Now, that's just why we offer Maxwell House coffee in 2 grinds. The regular grind for those who make their coffee by the percolator or boiled method, and the special drip grind for glass coffee maker or drip pot. And remember, Maxwell House coffee is packed in that familiar blue super vacuum can, from which all air has been removed and into which no air can get afterwards to steal away its flavor. So it reaches you with all its original full flavor intact, not merely days fresh, but roaster fresh. Thus, whatever your method, you'll be sure of getting a rich, full-bodied, deeply satisfying cup of coffee every time. Coffee that's always good to the last drop.